Hello again, friends. Just a quick video before we start today's show to say thank you so much for your monthly contributions through our Ko-Fi channel. I honestly can't thank you enough. It truly means a lot to see you all getting so behind this project, behind the platform, and using it the way I wanted it to be used, to have your say and air your ITFC thoughts in a really, well, calm environment, but also an environment where we can air each other's opinions and disagree, but disagree in a good way. Honestly, thank you so much for your monthly contributions. I'm currently trying to find out your names. The software isn't playing ball with me, so just have this as a thank you, and truly it means a lot. Thank you, and see you in a sec.
This sound indicates an important announcement.
Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to Talking Town Extra Time, the show that's got so big it's spawned into a second one, and I'm so pleased you could be with me tonight on a freezing cold Monday, and it is freezing cold. Kally's got the hat off in the chat. Should I put him in? No, I won't put him in. But I did see it, Kally. I did see that come off there ever so slightly. Oh, you're lucky that finger didn't slip. Just ask Ben when he showed me the Christmas tree on Saturday and the print screen button accidentally got used. Anyway, welcome in. I'm glad you could all be with us. We're going to be talking Blackpool. Obviously, let's ignore that. Blackpool, 24 hours on. More than 24 hours on. Obviously, I always call it the emotion window. After a win, inside that first 24 hours, it's euphoria on top of the world. You can beat anybody and everybody, unless you're Mike Brown. Then you say how crap the opposition were. No doubt Mark will be here very shortly. Or if you lose, it's very bad. The worst team in the world. We're absolutely rubbish. Once it wears off, you start to get what I call the real perspective of it. So where are you now on it? Where are we sitting on that win on Saturday? Stuart Watson, in his wonderful report on the EADT, said that's more like it. Is it more like it for you? I want to know. Let me know. The link is now in the chat. Joining me today are two wonderful guests, one of which will be late, but he has told me, so that's very well. Luke Hume, Tampa Bay. Yes, the NFL Super Bowl was last night, and as I said they would, Tampa Bay won it all. Spring Bing, love a jumper. Emerson Fairweather, good evening. Lee Anderson, take it off. Why have I got to take it off? I don't understand. And Stephen Parry, euphoria. But joining me is, of course, Kally. How you doing, Kally? No, Kally, we can't hear. Try again. Check and try again. The settings are not correct. So, in a first for Talking Town, I will put a guest on first. George, Ipswich 1, how you doing?
All right, are you better after a win?
Well, this is it. Are you better after a win? What do you think of Saturday's win now? Is it more like it, as Stuart said in his wonderful article?
Well, we played more attacking, I thought, and more aggressively.
Yeah, I thought we played really well. I thought we got the ball down on the deck. I thought we played some nice stuff. We got bodies around the striker.
I thought that's the best we've seen Judge, just behind the striker in his number 8 role.
Yeah, he played there against Swindon and played really well. Is there a pattern here, George, where we play Swindon, Judge looks good. We play Blackpool, Judge looks good. Both teams aren't world beaters. Do you want to see Judge tomorrow night, for example, when we get onto the Peterborough review? But do you want to see him tomorrow night really start to pull strings and against the top team?
Yeah, if he plays in a position that he did on Saturday, I think he could be all right again.
Absolutely. How important is Alan Judge to this team, in your opinion?
I'm not really sure because we haven't seen the best of him in an Ipswich shirt, to be honest, so you can't really judge.
I like that. Nice little pun there. I like it. Let's bring Kally in. Hopefully Kally can join us now. Kally, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. Brilliant stuff. Welcome in. I'm glad you could join us after the guests have. What did you make of Saturday's 3 points, 24 hours on? More than 24 hours on.
It's an improvement. I'm not going to get carried away. We had a shot and we scored in the first half for the first time. I think Statman's been keeping a track on it. It's like 17 odd games or something.
He really has.
So yeah, there's an improvement. I think Harrott looked good, and I think Matheson looked good. Matheson had a feeling he'd be decent anyway. Harrott surprised me because I didn't know what to expect from him. And Judge, I mean, I caught the end there, but yeah, Judge seems to be playing well.
Yeah, Judge played really well on Saturday. As I was saying, Ipswich won there. Do you want to see him though play well against top teams now? Because he's done it against Swindon in the last month or two. Now he's done it against Blackpool. But is it time we started seeing the best of Alan Judge against the best of League One?
It's not just Judgy though, is it? Then it's the whole squad. Like we as a team, no matter what 11 we've put out, which 11 can you say has really gone toe to toe with the better teams? You think Charlton and Hull?
That's true.
Hull are up there. Lincoln, Lincoln we did okay. We lost though. Sunderland game, the difference seems to be the front three. Now, if we've got a front three that can do something, and we've got Judge in there or in thereabouts, and we've got an outlet now all of a sudden where you've got a left back getting forward and a right back getting forward rather than two 35-year-olds, getting back on Zimmer frames or whatever, it's going to make a difference.
Yeah. So, how good was Matheson on Saturday?
Oh, rate him. He's brilliant. He's, in my opinion, he is probably a better player than Kane Vincent-Young. And that's
do you agree with that Ipswich one?
Well, we ain't seen Vincent-Young, only a couple of appearances. Is he supposed to be coming back?
No, well, he's had a setback, according to the recent reports.
What is wrong with our behind the scenes at Ipswich? Why do we get so many injuries compared to any other club? There's something not right with the physios and that at this club.
Is it rushing players back? Is it players that are not physically up to the challenges of 46 games in a season? Kally, where do you think the sort of blame needs to lie?
It's the back room. We ain't got the right sports science set up, clearly. Whether they're rushing people back or not, it's like there's something not right in the behind the scenes. I know there's been a lot of injuries with COVID and a lot of issues with COVID in other clubs and all the rest of it, but not like the way we have it. And this is not just COVID. Like you think about Ipswich, we always have injuries. We've always had bad injuries. McGoldrick out all the time now. He's staying fit, plays every game in the Premier League. You think of any player that's had a bad injury, they'll go somewhere else and all of a sudden they're fit. Even before they come here, Kane Vincent-Young never had any injuries, never any major injuries. And now, Paulo can't even get on the pitch.
Where would you put the blame, George?
Well, behind the scenes and that, the physios and that. Another thing is our recruitment. I was looking at Brentford's recruitment for. They don't spend a lot of money, but they get good players and they sell them on for millions. You got Ollie Watkins, you got Andre Gray that come through their academy. Well, through buying them. Why can't we buy players? All right, we ain't got a lot of money, but buy a lot of good players for less money from lower league clubs and sell them on for millions.
Kally?
We tried that, didn't we? Hurst tried to buy a few lower league players. And listen, we have unearthed some gems in the past. You think about Tyrone Mings. We still made money on him last year. You think about
and Aaron Creswell.
Creswell's a good one as well. Even you think about when we bought Marcus Stewart. That was, I think, Bristol were in the lower league. I don't think they was in the same league as us, were they? No.
Although we all wanted McCarthy out in the end. When he did bring players in, I thought McCarthy did bring some good players in, like Adam Webster, Daryl Murphy and all that, and sold on for a big profit. So I think his recruitment was better.
Okay, and before I let you go, Ipswich one. Sorry, Kally. I can see Alex Griffin wants to come in, and he's technically one of our co-hosts, so we'll bring him in a second. But what is an unpopular opinion from this weekend's World of Sport in Action that you hold, Ipswich one? Have you got one? Do you think Chambers is spent? Do you think Chambers should come back into the team? Do you have another opinion that you feel is an unpopular one?
Does it have to be with Ipswich?
No, anything you like, my friend.
I don't agree with all the abuse and that Mike Dean has got this weekend.
Yes,
all the threats and all that towards his family.
Yeah, I did read that today. He's asked us to not referee next week, Kally, because of death threat. I mean, are we not? we're better than that, surely. I mean, I know we're not, because yesterday alone showed me, again, you give people 10 minutes to spend on their own and they come up with crap.
We've got idiots within our own fan base. You know, look at you got Mike Dean, look at Alex Tanzabi, the Manchester United one, again racially attacked.
But death threats over a bad decision. I mean, he's just doing the best of his ability. Like, whether he saw it right or wrong, he didn't do it deliberately.
I think you said it a bit earlier. It's that immediate 24 hours after the game, and on one side you got the ultimate reaction where yes, we can beat everyone. The other reaction is like, you know what, fuck you, fuck everyone else. I'm gonna kill you all. Blah blah blah. There's idiots out there that go that way, and unfortunately, you know, it's a whole bigger issue. And so a lot of those death threats and everything he's had has come through social media. I don't think no one's got his address. I don't think no one. I mean, it's only people send letters to Paul Lambert, and that's about it. So I don't think letters have gone out. But I think it is just all socials. So
95% will be of a not their name, and it will be a Premier League football player as their profile picture. Ipswich 1, appreciate you as always. Look after yourself. Mr. Griffin, 15,000 subscriber. Mr. Griffin, you must have the fair share of lemons.
You're on mute, Paul.
Oh, you're on mute, Griff. Griff, you're on mute. Look at this. You're supposed to be a professional at this, Alex.
Yeah, can hear you now.
How are we?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not bad, mate. I've had a busy day. Yeah.
We talk about donuts. We talk about donuts and lemons on the internet.
You must have your fair share. 15,000 subscribers.
Oh, mate, yeah, I get it all the time. I love it.
How do you deal with it? What's your... If you could give some advice to Mike Dean, not that he needs it, obviously, but if you could give... Hey, Mike, just come and sit down here a minute. I'll give you some advice. What would you say to Mr. Dean this afternoon?
Well, it's different, isn't it? Because he's you know, he's a referee. How I deal with it is I just take it on the chin. I ignore it. I think it's gives me a bit of confidence in a weird way. It wants me. I want to strive better. So I just
chip on the shoulder.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, chip on the shoulder, and I just carry on doing what I'm doing. Let all the keyboard warriors do what they want.
Absolutely. And I saw your video this weekend. You're on a losing weight journey. For those that don't know, I haven't seen Alex Griffin's content this weekend. How's that going for you?
Yeah, it's going well actually. Yeah, I'm enjoying it actually. It's hard.
You say that surprised. Were you not expecting to enjoy it?
Well, because obviously I'm documenting it as well. I didn't know if I was going to enjoy filming it as well, but I do. Yeah, I am enjoying it because I think, yeah, what a top. It's something I've always wanted to do, to be fair. So,
absolutely. Have you got a goal in mind?
Well, I want to try and. I mainly just want to tone up, to be fair.
I gave up that dream a long time ago. Kally, how about you?
I've got dumbbells on a bench in the garage that have been collecting dust for a year, 2 years. Don't worry about it. Alex. There's some dumbbells here. Comes across them. You can have them.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
And where do you stand on Ipswich then, Alex, as we stand here on a Monday after 3 points? Is it more like it, as Stuart said, or do you know what? We need to play better. It was okay, but it was better, but it wasn't the best we can play. Where do you stand on it?
I think there's positives and negatives. I think it was a poor Blackpool side, but we can't take away the fact there was improvements there. There was massive improvements there, and I think the new signings that did come into the lineup have obviously lifted the squad. So I think we go into tomorrow's game, if it goes ahead, obviously, which I think it's heading that way from what I've heard.
Likewise.
You know, I'm actually quietly confident. I think if we beat Peterborough tomorrow, I think a lot of Ipswich fans will start to think, could this be a run of form we're going to be going into? But yeah, I think, you know, there's still improvements to be made. It doesn't change my opinion on Lambert.
And what is that?
Well, I've wanted him out because I can't see the club going forwards with him in charge. But I can't see Evan sacking him this season. So the only thing to do now is, as hard as it sounds, get behind him now.
Yeah, absolutely. And who was a standout performer for you? Before I bring it Harvey Bell in, who was a standout performer for you?
I'd say Matheson, our new right back. He looked very good.
Yeah.
But I think as a team, we played better. We played nicer football. So I'm excited for tomorrow. Yeah.
With Matheson looking so good, though, Alex, does that mean we are in the end times of Luke? Well, we are anyway, but are we sort of? Is this now the last time we'll see Luke start a Town game, albeit less through injury or suspension, or do you still think there'll be strong rotation coming through for them?
Yeah, I still think there'll be rotation with all the games we've got coming up. Yeah, I think there'll be rotation, mate, because we've got so many fixtures. I just can't see Lambert sticking with one squad. You know what Lambert's like. He does rotate quite a lot, doesn't he?
He certainly does. Sid says, no work tomorrow, get the beers in. Sid, it's your round. So, guys, get yours in at the bar. Sid's buying. Harvey, welcome in. Where do you stand on Luke Chambers? Lots of opinion flying about. Where do you stand on it?
Well, if I'm honest, I think, obviously, he's been a loyal servant to the club. What's he been with us now? 10 years, is it? I think...
Yes, yeah.
I think through his time, he's definitely seen better days, but I think he is getting a lot past it now. I think his legs are sort of tiring. And League One, although it's a poor division, you find that there's a lot of youngsters in here, and they're obviously a lot faster and a lot quicker. And with somebody that's aging, like Luke Chambers is, then I think we're certainly going to see him on the bench a lot more. And you have to remember, especially as well, as some of you already said, the injuries that we have in the squad. Somebody that's getting as old as Chambers is, with the schedule that's coming up, he's going to have to realise that he's not going to be playing week in, week out as he has been since he's joined us.
So where do you now sit, though? Having reflected upon the game, are you as confident that we can go on that run as Alex says? Maybe this is the start of, or do you feel actually, Blackpool's Blackpool, and we can't put too much by that, as what Kally says?
No, I agree with Alex. I think tomorrow is massively important. I think if we lose tomorrow, if we go away to Peterborough and lose, then that's playoffs gone out of reach. But I think win tomorrow, it's going to build confidence, especially with the new people coming in, like obviously Parrott, Matheson, both pretty impressive on Saturday. They definitely brought a lot of positivity into the team, and I think obviously get that winning feeling into them straight away, and beat Peterborough tomorrow and go on a bit of a run. I completely agree with Alex.
And Kally was speaking about Alan Judge at the start of the show and how good he was at the weekend and everything. He's a player that's had his trouble settling into a side. Do you see the number 10 being Alan Judge's best position now at this stage of his career for Ipswich?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously at Brentford and certainly when he first joined Ipswich, he was used out wide a lot. And like I was just saying with Chambers, as you get older, you lose a lot of pace. So I think having him out on the wing, he's not going to be as effective because you're relying on his pace to beat players, to be able to whip that ball in or to get those shots. Whereas if he's playing behind the strikers, then the wingers from either side can bring him into the game, or he can get those chances on the edge of the box and just sort of have that free roam role. If that means that whilst playing in that free roam role that he can go out wide a bit and just do a bit of all three, then so be it. But predominantly in that middle role is where he's going to be most effective.
Yeah. Kally, Mike D, this league is pony. String formies in a row. You took you in the top 6. It's a fair point, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. We're not going to get top 2. Not in our wildest dreams, right? As pony as it is, I can't see it happening, right? I'll do the pod without my hat if we make top 2. I'm going to do my pod up without the hat if we beat a promotion contender or whatever, right?
That could be as close as Thursday, Cal.
It could be, right? Listen, I hope I'll release the 5-head, don't worry about it, right? But if we beat Peterborough, then it like Alex said earlier, it gives a bit of belief because at the moment we're all just looking at playoffs as our way out of it because a lot of people are like, well, top 2 ain't going to happen. Playoffs is the only way. But you got to beat the people around you, and we ain't been able to do that. So if we can beat Peterborough, it's like, all right, actually all of a sudden, maybe we could just go on and if we hit form at the right time, then yeah, we could. But that's probably me thinking with this, not this. Do you know what I mean? So
Alex, top 2 is gone, says Kally. Do you agree with that?
I do and I don't. I think, we're just over halfway through the season. I'm glad we're in the position we are now rather than later on in the season, because if we had dropped off like we did last season, we'd have felt awful. So I think I'm glad we are where we are now because we've still got 22, 23 odd games left to sort it out, and we beat Blackpool. Like Harvey said, tomorrow is a big game. If we can win tomorrow, you don't know what's going to happen. We could go on a run of form, but like I did say, there are improvements to be made still. So I don't know. I think top 2 is probably unrealistic, but you never know. This league's pretty crazy, isn't it?
The thing is,
It really is.
sorry, I'm just saying we're looking okay. And the difference in this division, our defense isn't the worst defense. We've got to, generally we don't leak a lot of goals or silly goals. Apart from the Doncaster, I can't think of a time we've got spanked. Right, our midfield's pretty solid as well. I think we've got probably one of the better midfields in the division. The difference is that top three, and the top three, it's not worked. Whatever formula he's had, it's not worked. Now, okay, Parrott looks good, but Parrott's going to play or Norwood's going to play. It's going to be one or the other. They're both not going to play together, right? So then on the left, okay, Edwards. Well, as Edwards had a bit of form, had his purple patch earlier, and that it, and he's back to looking at his boots at all the game. He's not looking up. Right, or is that because he needs to get, a bit fitter? He hasn't played too many games. That right side is weak. Now we've got Matheson, okay, but you can't expect 18-year-old. And Chambers is going to be covering and playing some of those games as well. You can't expect these defenders to do that all the time. Danny Rowe 2.0, sorry, what's his name? Thomas, right? He's a waste of space in my opinion.
Oh, after 2 games, Kally. Wait, Harvey, come on. We can't be saying that after 2 games, can we?
No,
come on, Harvey.
Listen,
No, I think he's not had anywhere near enough time to prove himself yet. I mean, what's he had? He's not had a full 90 minutes yet, has he?
No.
No, you can't be judging him on that. I think you've got to wait at least 3 or 4 games before you can start making that judgment.
I mean, you can't say Sunderland, Kally, because Sunderland was over before 10 minutes had been played. Like, you can't say he played.
Game, right? And the thing is like, I'm not saying, I get what you're saying, right? In terms of you got to give them time. We ain't got time. We've got one get out of jail card this season, or that's it, right? We've got to get it right. The signings had to be right. I think Parrott was, looking back at it, I was quite critical. Because I'm like, who is this lad? He's not scored. He's done all right. Right back's done all right. Harrop will take a while to get going, but he's a decent player. We know that. Thomas, nah, man. I'll play Lancaster. Lancaster over him all day.
Yeah, I agree.
All day.
A comment from Sid Driver here. Christ, we need this program contains flashing images warning before Alex comes on. Feels like I'm back in a nightclub with these flashing lights. Mike, Obi-Wan Kenobi's bedroom. Mike D. If we had one of the top midfielders, we'd create more chances, or is that down to a shit coach? Well, Harvey, I appreciate you coming on. Hopefully you'll come on again soon. Hopefully as soon as the weekend. Look after yourself. Is it down to the coach? Well, at the weekend, Ben the councillor Adams said we won because of the manager, whereas Mike Brown, the fisherman, he's anti the manager. So let's bring them both into now. And Ben, first of all, kick us off. We won because of Paul Lambert.
Yeah, easy, no question. He kept judging the sides. He put Kenlock on. He took out Chambers. 3, and that specific thing he's been screaming for. He brought in the loans. He put Judge in his preferred system, and he done the substitutions at the exact right time. Now, these are 3 or 4 things the entire stadium has been absolutely screaming for, because Christ knows he gets enough shit when he doesn't do it. So he done every single thing that every single person has been asking for the past 15 games. And if you're big enough to say he's shit when he's crap, you got to be big enough to say he's good when he gets it right.
Mike, before you come in, Sid Driver, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Sid's on fire tonight. Sid, did you get beers in or Jaeger bombs? That's a quality comment again, Mike. Or Kally. Sorry, you can come in now, Kally. Sorry, mate.
No, I was just saying we didn't get everything right. Everything that we wanted. One of them was for him to walk away, so he ain't done that one.
No, he didn't. But Ben makes good points there, though, mate. Ben makes really good points.
That's all I can say.
He could get us promoted this season, and we still want him out.
No. I said if Lambert gets us out, if we finish 3rd and we don't get promoted, it's still Lambert out. If we finish 6th and
we can't hear you, Mike.
I'll be like, okay, I'll get off the Lambert out train. I want to get out of this division. If he can deliver that,
agreed.
Fair enough.
Agreed.
Go on, Mike. Reel him back, Mike. Reel him back.
Yeah, look.
Take me a task, Mike.
No, do you know what, Ben? I love you, my man. You are a great. You really do make some great points, but I'm not having it. Lambert's had all season to get these tactics right, and all last season, and he does one thing right, and I will say he did things right. this one game, and he's like, all the fans are like, oh, we've won the FA Cup. They're going to run around with the FA Cup in their hands, like we've beaten Man United in the final of the Champions League. We've got to be realistically. People go on about Blackpool like they're world beaters. Oh well, they won, put 7 past 2 teams in the last 2 games. Look at them 2 teams. Was it Northampton and Wigan?
Yeah,
I've got to say that Blackpool side was the worst team I've seen this season, and I thought Burton played better.
I'm going to say, and I've watched Ipswich play every week.
On the flip side, there were some very good performances from some of the town players. The young lad right back from Wolves, brilliant. Thought, Chambers should never get back in the team. Should never get back in the team. He should have left 5-6 years ago. He was part of the reason why we got relegated. He was part of the reason why we didn't get promoted last season. He's part of the reason why we're where we are this season.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Lambert dropped him. It's a good start.
But I mean, he's dropped him before, hasn't he? But
Paul Big Cojones Lambert finally did what other managers couldn't.
He didn't drop him. He rested him.
He's fit.
He'll be back on Saturday. I'm back tomorrow or Saturday.
He's rested him, and this was a good opportunity to test these untested youngsters and loan players out against Blackpool, who are a bit of a shit team, right? We delivered, and it's like, okay, he's got a bit of a headache now, but I don't think Chambers was dropped. I think he was rested, right? And there's a difference there. He ain't got the bollocks to do it. He won't do that.
We'll find out tomorrow. That'll be.
Do you know what? I think if he does, then I'll be slightly swayed towards what Ben has said. I agree, but if you take the way that we play,
send it, yeah?
I'm going to burn that. I swear to God, I'm going to burn that. Alex Griffiths, how do you tolerate this? Honestly,
I don't know. If Lambert keeps making all these great decisions, he's going to have to.
What do you mean, Alex Griffin? How you tolerate it? Who do you think sent it to me?
Oh, you didn't. Yeah, that'd be about right. Yeah, that'd be about right. Yeah. But I tell you, who else I weren't that impressed with, and that's Parrott. I thought he's got lots of energy, but I didn't think he created no more than what. I mean, but Drinan scored more goals than him.
He done something. He done something that was not obvious. What Parrott done was he raised the game of the people around him, and that's the sign of a damn good centre forward or striker. I actually agree with you there, Mike. I think you're the first person to say it, and I agree with that. And that's why everyone, I think, is focusing on Matheson and how good he was. Parrott wasn't obviously good, but what he did was the stuff you don't see, which is to bring everyone else into the game. And if he can continue not being that great and bring others and raise their game, I say keep doing it, man.
No,
I think Dazelle had his best game he's had in a long time.
Dazelle was quality.
And the reason why is because we've all said it. Well, most of us have said it on here. Downs should be that. I mean, we got 4 at the back, and we've been playing with 2 holding. We don't need 2 holding when you got 4 at the back. Yeah. Okay, you're more than capable of playing 1, and Downs does that role brilliantly. And I think he's, that's a captain's role, and I think he had a captain's performance on Saturday. Dazelle, for me, was further up the pitch, and he was doing a lot more of what we've been asking him to do. So what I can't get my head around is why Lancaster was dropped on Saturday, because I still think he's a far better player than Thomas. I know it's 2 games, and we haven't seen enough of the
even 2 games. It's 1 game in 10 minutes.
Yeah, 1 game in 10 minutes. But I mean,
Thomas doesn't have the armour of coming from the academy, where he's absolved of all sin.
Before we go any further, hang on. I just want to ask Alex. Mike says Troy Parrott didn't have a great game. Do you agree with that? Come on, surely not.
I don't think he was involved very much. I think we've got a lot more to see of him. I don't think. Yeah, there's not much to say because he wasn't really in the game, was he?
No, that's my point.
But what he did do was what we've been missing. He held the ball up. He brought others into it. I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I'm critical of strikers more than anybody probably ever has been on this show, and I would like to have seen him score a goal, and that's what I've said. The debut would have been capped off with a goal, but everything else was sort of 10 out of 10 of what you want from a one man up front.
I always think you get this kind of underlying thing. Look, we're all on the forums, we're all commenting, we all watch. I watch your podcast as well. We're all aware of what each other think, and I've seen this kind of bounce of optimism that I haven't seen in a long time. And as I said on Saturday, that was the first day I was not pissed off to pay my money to watch a game, and it's the first game I thought I'm actually looking forward to paying it on Tuesday, because it's not just an investment of money, it's an investment of time and emotion and history and memory, and something you come back to. I think watching the Town game in the evening makes the day go quicker if you're having a crap day at work. So I'm so pissed off of feeling pissed off that perhaps there is an argument to say that I'm clutching a little bit.
Yeah.
But
but
I just had a taste of something better, and I love the flavour, and I want it again.
Ben, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? I think that's
Mike,
every Town fan. No. Oh, I'm on Ben on this one. I'm with Ben. I think it is. I think us Town fans have had such a shit time of it in the last probably 2 seasons. Yeah. I was elated that we won. I wasn't jumping around like some of the idiots in some of the forums going, "Oh, look at me! We we just won the FA Cup or whatever." But you've got to be real. Got to keep our feet on the ground and realise it was one game. There was come on! You happy clappers for a start. They were all coming out. Lambert's a world-class genius manager, and honestly, it was embarrassing. You've got that Blue Haven podcast forum. I mean, God alive, that was embarrassing. The reality is, look, we won, and to be fair, I thought we deserved that win. I thought we were that's probably the best I've seen us play for a while. But we do have to keep our feet in the ground and realise who we were playing. I think if we'd have played Burton with that team, I think we would have rolled them over a lot more easier. But Blackpool, for me, were just their goalkeeper took forever to dive for that first goal for Judge. I tell you, I think I could have saved that. That was terrible. And if you go on the Blackpool forums, they're all saying it as well. Goalkeeper should be dropped.
Oh, that's up there with these 9. Give me 9 guys, and I'll arrange a protest.
Yeah. Happy clappers don't deserve a mention. You're right, they don't. They just get real.
Mike.
Let's get real. Let's enjoy the win. And like so Ben said, we had a good taste of what we've been wanting for a long time on Saturday, and now we're like. You know what? I enjoyed that. Now Tuesday, I want it again. I want it again. Give me some more.
Yeah.
Do you think we stick with 4? The thing is, we played 4-3-3, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you think we stick with that, or do you think?
Yeah. Oh, he's got his wing backs now.
100%.
Now it changes everything. Changes absolutely everything. Whole thing is different. Because he had Chambers.
As long as Dazelle doesn't drop, and continues to go forward and fill the whole of the midfield that we're missing then I think that I mean, like I said, I've been critical of Dazelle. Martin, you have he's had some shockers recently, but I thought Saturday playing his more I think he's far better playing forward. You can't have a holding midfielder creating, because most of the time they're defending.
If you say Troy Parrott wasn't very good, I'm going to say Andre Dazelle wasn't very good. Everyone's saying how great he was further forward. I didn't see anything. I didn't see nothing.
With Troy Parrott, this was the difference. I get what you're saying in terms of he didn't really create anything, but flip it the other way. That's probably the best performance I've seen from an Ipswich forward in about 10, 11 games, easily.
Yeah, spot
on. We're not gelling with our forwards. He was bringing more into play than Drinan has. Hawkins has. Even dare I say it, Norwood, the way him and Dazelle linked up, there's something if they can build on that.
Yeah.
And then the point on Thomas or Lancaster, I 100% get where you're coming from, Ben, about the academy stuff, and I'm quite critical of Wolfenden, right? I don't rate him. I think he's shit at the moment, right? He's got potential, but he's shit at the moment. Lancaster, the difference is he's come off the bench. He does bits, right? I think was it Bristol? Come off the bench, got a goal or got an assist. I think got a goal. When we got turned over up at Doncaster, it was his goal, I think, or was it Sunderland? It was his goal. He gets goals, he gets assists. Danny Rowe, he can't score from 12 yards out. So whether it's a confidence thing or nothing, I don't know.
Neither can Norwood, but
no. Right, 2 comments.
We haven't got the luxury of time. That's the thing. We need to hit the ground running.
First comment, Andy Gray. EIO, up the Football League we go. When we promotion, this is what we're seeing. We are Ipswich. Lambert is our king. Oh, Andy put the bottle of Jägermeister down.
Where's my Jack Daniels?
Andy's drunk it, Mike.
He's on something, isn't he?
I don't get this criticism of Thomas. You know, he's played a game in 10 minutes, and everyone's like drop him. I think you need, from what he's done. Look, Lambert's brought in 3 loan players. 2 of them look fucking fantastic, and you got this third one. He's a bit of an anomaly. We don't know much about him. He's not been terrible. He's not been great, but he's coming to an absolutely shite football team on a terrible one with 0 fans and a pandemic. I'm going to give him more than 100 minutes of football. And people say, like, get him out, get Lancaster on. Well, how many games has Lancaster played? He scored 2 goals and got 3 assists.
Yeah, but Lancaster's played about 3 positions, isn't he? He's not been played in his more natural, in the same position as what Thomas has been.
Well, he was Freddie Sears, but everyone wants him taken off the pitch.
Yeah, but Freddie Sears. I mean, okay, he was unlucky at the weekend. The goal was onside. I've looked at it about 8 or 9 times. That was onside, wasn't it?
He weren't unlucky. He's just shit, right? Freddie Sears is shit. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah. But he still scored, didn't he? But
All right, guys. How about this one, Alex? How about this one? Downs versus Samis Gomorix will be interesting. Who do you think will win that battle tomorrow night? Given the pitch, the conditions, all of that, who do you think's going to win that battle then, guys? Alex, kick us off.
Good question.
Oh gosh, it's a tough one because Smolix, as much as I don't like him, he is decent. But Downs is quality as well. When he's on his game, Downs would have him, I think.
Anyone disagree with that?
No, I think
if you're gonna have Downs there, he was really good on the weekend. I don't know if he's having the armband, but normally when Downs plays, I'm expecting a booking or even a red. He's got that kind of rashness about him. But
isn't that what we've been missing? We have been missing it anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, look at some of the best players, best holding midfield, sort of mop up and clean up players in the world. Vieira's, Keane. Do you know what I mean? Just to name a couple, you know. I mean, Holland used to get booked quite a bit, you know. I mean, you know, Bajilton.
Cole excuse.
Getting the odd
yellow. What?
Getting the odd yellow is one thing, but then when you get enough where you're going to get a suspension and they're out, you've got 5 in suspension, you get a red if you're gone for 1 or 3 games or whatever. On Saturday, with the armband, he looked more disciplined, but he was still had that bite. He was still getting stuck in. You know,
making him captain. That's such a great move. And I say that's something I haven't talked about with Lambert as well. He made him captain. He had probably his best game for us in as long as I can remember. Whatever rashness he has, and I agree with you because he does have that. He does have that half a second rush of blood to the head. Having that captain's armband, what I saw was someone who was still had the crunching tackle, but was disciplined. That was a really fucking shrewd move to do that. Yeah. That was clever. That was really clever. And I think if Downs is going back to your question, Gov, is who's going to win that battle, give him that armband again, and it might just be Downs. That was a great shout from Lambert.
I think if I'm Flynn Downs, Ben, I think I'll kick Sammy Smolix as hard and as early as I can.
Yeah.
In the hope the referee says, no more of that, son, and you throw him off the game. Because he's a good player at this level, and he can run rings around anybody. He really can. Right, Mike, Ben, before I let you go and bring in Lee and TJ to discuss tomorrow night, unpopular opinions. We've all got them. What are your 2 unpopular opinions from the world of sport from this weekend? Can be anything you like.
After you.
Oh, I don't know. I think Lambert could be contention for manager of the month in League One this month.
Ben, I absolutely love you. Look after yourself. Mike?
Oh, Mike.
Ben, I love you.
John, I just want to say a couple of things before I go. And what's the name? I want to say thank you to HDR, you, Martin, and the lads for this show. Okay, you're always saying thank you to us and for those who are donating money to you. But let me tell you something. This has been my highlight.
Stop.
No, this has been my highlight, and I imagine it's been a lot of highlight for a few fans. Okay, because we're in lockdown, we've not been able to go to football games. We've had moans, we've had different opinions and whatever. But I think from all of us who are obviously, you've got Cruncher, Matt, yourself, that brought this whole program together. I want to just say thank you, because without it, I wouldn't have my Monday night fix, Sunday night fix, Saturday night fix, a Thursday night fix. You know, it's that's just I just want to say thank you for that.
Thank you.
But as for unpopular opinion,
that was it, wasn't it?
No.
What a social media will be.
The grief at Klopp's getting is a little bit. Some of the Liverpool fans, I don't get that. They've just won the Premier League for God knows how long, and they're having a bit of a shocker of a season. Look at their injury list, for Christ's sake. Do you know what I mean? You know, I think, you know, just leave off Klopp and leave it alone. Leave him alone, Liverpool fans. You're idiots, you know.
So do you think the injuries have really hurt Klopp?
Yeah, I do. Hurt Liverpool big time, yeah. I mean, you lose a key player.
Do you think the same can be said for Lambert?
Not really. No, not at all. Not at all. And Mike Dean, who made the comment about Mike Dean? Absolutely spot on. The bloke, you know, he's a referee. I was a referee. I've done referee for 12 years. You know, there's no need for that kind of abuse. No, you know, referees get mistakes. We all make mistakes. We all give a referee grief. You know, and that's the bottom line, you know. But to then make death threats and threaten his family, that's just pathetic on every level.
Mike,
thanks for the show tonight, guys. Brilliant.
No,
I'll just carry on watching behind the doors, and cheers for that.
Look after yourself. Thank you ever so much. Right, Lee, TJ, welcome in. Let's bring the show round now to Tuesday night, tomorrow night's fixture with Peterborough. I know, Lee, you've been really busy with the notebook and pen. You've been copying the old cruncher there. I love it.
Yeah, it's all here, ready to go.
It's a big game, isn't it, Lee?
Definitely, especially when Peterborough have been on a bit of a run, especially with their fourth in the league, and of course we're only 10th in the league. It's going to be quite a special occasion, really, especially with that pitch as well. I don't know if you see the highlights from the Crew game, but that pitch was absolutely woeful. It's going to be one of the factors in the game tomorrow night.
Yeah, TJ, have you seen the pictures on social media? It looks atrocious.
Yeah, it's abysmal. It's like my back garden. What I'm interested to see if Lambert does is the fixture we played them at home was the perfect away performance from us. So is Lambert then going to get the old guard back in this battle we're going to have with Peterborough, supposedly? Are we then going to revert back to what we know and not build on what we've just done? So I'm just interested to see if he's going to do that.
And the question was asked earlier about Downs versus Commodities. Who do you two see winning that sort of key battle?
Well, we're saying with Finn Downs, if he gets the captain's armband, I think he will. I think he will actually edge it. But Alex, he's been on form. He's had 27 appearances in the league and got 6 goals already. So he's going to be after that goal straight away, isn't he? Really? So it's going to be a tough one. But I think Finn Downs will just edge it.
Do either of you fear, Kally, Alex? Do either of you fear tomorrow night? Do you fear Peterborough? Do you worry about it?
I think I saw a comment. They've got a good home record, so they're going to be up for it. But when they came down to Portman Road a few weeks ago, I didn't think they were that good. I really didn't. So if we can see a similar game to that, I think we'll be okay. I think I'd probably take a draw tomorrow because they are a good team. They're fourth. They're going to be going for playoffs, and you never know. They could be going for top 2. They're definitely going to be going for it. Clark Harris, I've just seen the comment as well. He's a big threat. He's tall. He's strong. He can score. So I think he's a player we need to look out for. But I am. I'm slightly nervous for the game. I'm nervous for every game, to be honest. But
are you more nervous though because you know what it means if we get beat than you are than who you're playing? Is that why you're more nervous? Do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're capable of beating Peterborough. We just need to put it to the. We just need to show it now, and we need to go and play, do our part. We did it against Blackpool. I mean, Blackpool weren't the best team, but we can't take it away that we got the 3 points, and there was improvements there. So
absolutely,
yeah.
Kally,
do
you fear him?
Nah, fear's a pussy, so I don't fear him. We have to watch him. I don't. When you're fearing him, I get what you mean in terms of you fear because you fear what may happen, but I've seen it happen with Ipswich. I didn't think we'd be playing third tier. I didn't think we'd finish 11th, right? So just I don't think Ipswich can disappoint me. They'd do it. So it gets to that point where you almost half expecting the worst anyway, right? But on the flip side, after the performance on Saturday, and because of the pitch, forget the personnel on there. Just the win on Saturday is going to be a boost around the whole squad, right? Everyone right? So whether Chambers comes in, right? Whether Norwood comes in for Parrott or whatever, whether those changes happen, everyone's still got that boost. I think it's going to be more like the Burton game and a scrappy affair, right? I think that's what we're going to have because the pitch is shit. I think that Ipswich hoof ball that Mick McCarthy ingrained into Chambers and everyone's going to play well for us. And I think it's going to be one of those type of games. We're not going to play the ball on the deck. It's going to be a long type of hoof ball to the front.
TJ, there's lots of talk about rotation, who's going to play, who won't play. With a pitch like that, you've got to go with more youth players, haven't you? Because you need the freshness and the spring in the legs. You don't want 35-year-olds on a pitch like that where it's going to be, as somebody said in the chat, a really hard battle, heavy legs. Michael Finch, it's going to be a battle, heavy legs on a heavy pitch, depends on who copes with the conditions best. You want young players like Maddison, don't you, for conditions like that?
Yeah, if we're going to have Chambers on to go against Clark Harris, he needs to play centre-back. He can't be anywhere near right-back. I mean, yeah, anyone else can play right-back. Matheson's not fit. But, yeah, I think a couple of comments on Thomas so far. He's not played as well as when he started. So I think, like the Peterborough game, he comes on for the end and has that energy which he showed and which got us all excited initially. We've not had that since. So I think probably keep Sears on at the start just for his workhorse ethic. It's not special, but he'll do what he does. And then I think we've got enough energy in the team to play against Posh. It'll be fine, I think.
Lee, they beat us without a shot on target. Clark Harris, he's got 15, is it now?
Yes, 15.
Talk to us about him. What is he? He's a beast of a striker, isn't he?
He definitely is, especially coming from Bristol Rovers. He's been about with Bristol Rovers, Coventry and Rotherham. So he's been about. He's a goal scorer in our league. So he's going to be a big threat, especially on that muddy pitch.
Huge threat.
Tuesday. He's going to be the huge threat, especially with his. He's got Dembele as well on the bench as well, so he can come on and score goals as well. Even Mo Issa as well. He scored 3 goals, but he's a threat because he scored last time out when we played them in August last season.
Who didn't score last season against for Peterborough? Let's be honest.
And so they're a big threat for him, especially with those 3 attackers. So I just wish we can go there for the win, play the same team what we did on Saturday, and just go for it.
Who would you start along your back four, knowing that the firepower they've got?
Unfortunately, Chambers won't be starting. I don't think he'll be sitting on the bench. I will stick with a 4, or even the back 5. Stick with the back 5 with Holy in goal, and just go for it.
Okay, Sid, would you agree with that? I see you sitting there.
Definitely.
Yeah, you'd leave Chambers where Mike D says, on a nice wooden bench.
Yeah, I think he's been a good, like I said on Saturday, he's been a good servant to the club, but it's time now for him to sort of step aside and let the younger players cement their place in the side.
Ian Davis, just sending in some rumours here. Matheson's a doubt tomorrow. Loads of homework that he's handling on a Wednesday. Maybe so. Are you concerned about playing it? Because they didn't beat us. Well, they beat us, but they only beat us without a shot on target. I mean, that's rare that ever happens. But they did, particularly at home, in the home fixture last year, they did teach us a footballing lesson. Let's be brutally honest. They tore us apart.
I'm more confident after Saturday because the players have gone out there with a different attitude. They seem more confident. They're playing with confidence. Look at Kenlock and Matheson bursting down the wings. We didn't have that last time we played them, and I think that could be a difference.
Absolutely.
I also think McGuinness got better. I've been a massive critic of, like you said, Finn and Lowe. Right? And at one point, McGuinness was worse than Wolford, and I think it's the other way around now. Right, whereas I think if Chambers is going to come in, him and McGuinness, I'm more confident in seeing McGuinness now up against Jordan Clark-Harris than I was before. Right, he's got it. He seems a bit more switched on. He's learned more, and he's young. So we'll see.
Absolutely. Okay, right. Predictions time. Let's bring it to a close. I'll come to you lastly. Kally, kick us off. Predictions for tomorrow.
I'm going 1-0.
Going for a win.
I'm going for a win. I'm going for a win.
And you're going for that hat coming off.
Hat's coming off, mate. I'm going for a win. 1-0. And I think there's going to be a deserved goal. Andre's going to get one.
Okay, Alex.
I actually agree. I think we're going to win as well. I don't know. I just there's something about tomorrow that the players are going to be up for it. Peterborough came to our place. They beat us 1-0. We're going to want to go there. We're going to want to beat them. I'm going to go 2-1. I think it'll be close. I think they'll get a goal, but I think we'll score goals. I think with Harrop as well now, he looks like he's going to create chances. And I think on Saturday against Blackpool, we look better going forward. So I think 2-1. I think Harrop's going to score tomorrow. And I think we'll win. I'm quite confident.
Okay. Sid, what about you?
Either a 1-0 or postponement.
Fair point. 1-0. TJ, it's so far we've all gone confident. Are you going to bring it down, or are you going to stay with the wave of optimism?
I came on here tonight to calm down after Saturday because I spat my mouth out and said 46 points like you.
Good man.
But I think we'll win 1-0. But I did a quick bit of digging, if I may. So, apart from last season, the average last playoff spot was 72 points.
Mm-hmm.
And the halfway mark, we had 36. So we're halfway there, technically.
Bon Jovi in the room, look.
But 46 points wouldn't get us a top 2 on average. So, yeah, knowledge.
46 points. Stick with the journey, mate. 46 points. We're still on the way. Don't worry.
38, 1-0 win.
Lovely. Lee, is 46 points really a realistic expectation? I know what town fans will say. But what about yourself? You know, do you think 46 points is realistic? What we can hope for? Or is that just too far?
I think so, definitely. Especially with Lambert now needs to buckle down because I think tomorrow night is actually going to be maybe his last if they lose. You know, that's how I feel because they need to win tomorrow. I'm actually going to agree with Alex there. I think that we're going to win 2-1.
Okay, 9-1 is a 1-0 win to us according to the bookies. So if you are fancying a 1-0, put a couple of quid down. You might be walking around, but we're all going for wins.
Yeah.
It's never happened.
It's not about
doing the show.
Like none of us. I'm not getting carried away thinking, oh yeah, one performance we're going to win the league. But the difference is that one performance we've done something we ain't done in 17 odd games. Like we're scoring at half time. We're taking shots. We're taking the game to players. We weren't doing that. I don't recall seeing like 60% possession between Holy, McGuinness, and Wolfenden. You know,
we also came out in the second half against Blackpool, still going forward, didn't we? Which is good to see.
And the league is shit. It's bad. So you know, if Peterborough can beat us without a shot in goal, then maybe it's our turn to do the same.
Yeah.
You know, Andre will take a corner and it will go in. There you go.
There's always one, and it's always the same one. Mike Brown, 2-0 loss. And there we go. We're done. We're dusted. I'll be back tomorrow night with the matchday ticket covering the game with Neil and Steve. And then we'll be back again on Thursday for the Thursday night preview show. But Alex, Kally, Sid, TJ and Lee, I thank you all ever so much. And I'll be looking forward to celebrating 3 vital points against the top 6 side tomorrow night with you both, with you all. So look after yourselves. And to those watching in the chat and watching back, thank you ever so much. And we will see you all again very soon. With love, with care. Bye-bye.
Hello, and welcome to Portman Road. This sound indicates an important announcement.